Hi everyone! So as promised, I am going to be doing a review video on the new Mineralize Foundation by MAC, which looks like this. So far there is only one other Mineralize foundation that I have used by MAC, which is the Mineralize Satin Finish Foundation, and that was actually the first ever foundation by MAC that I bought. My colour in that is NC40, but with everything else I'm an NC42, probably because of the fact that that is more of a light to medium coverage foundation, and it's quite sheer. Now, in comparison to this Mineralize foundation, I would probably compare it in terms of consistency on the skin. I wouldn't say this is a light to medium, I'd call it more of a medium foundation. Now, I have used this for the past 3 days. It is a cream compact and it looks like this. So it's got a little mirror and it comes with a foil cover, which I have only left on for the benefit of you guys. So I'm just going to peel it off now because obviously I don't need it. Looks like this. So fairly thick, and then underneath it, like so, is the teeny little sponge that it comes with. And I have actually used it, and normally I don't use these little add-ons that MAC gives with a lot of their products, like the brushes and stuff. I find the brushes to be pretty crap, to be honest. I mean, there's not much you can do with a piddly little brush, but this sponge has actually been quite useful. Along with this foundation has come out the 130 brush, which is a permanent brush, which I haven't bought yet. I probably will buy maybe in the next couple of weeks, but I don't feel it to be a necessity if I've got this sponge with it, which is pretty useful. This is also a permanent item, in case you were wondering, that you don't have to rush out and buy it right now. I really think that the coverage that it gives is pretty decent. I mean, the first time I used it with the sponge, I wiped it all over my face and I was like, oh, okay, I can still see any blemishes and stuff through the foundation. And then I did a second swipe over it and I was like, ooh, it looks pretty good. So in respect of coverage, please remember that it is not a full coverage foundation. It is a medium coverage, maybe a little bit to the light side, but more medium coverage, I would say. And even though I have compared it to the Satin Finish foundation, that is a liquid, this is a cream compact, so this will be slightly thicker. So remember that again when you're choosing your colour. Whereas with that I'm an NC40, this one I am an NC42. In terms of texture, I would compare it with the Studio Sculpt foundation. It gives a fairly matte finish to the skin. And obviously if that is what you're looking for, then by all means go for it. I like the fact that it comes in a little compact like this, because a lot of my foundations I use are liquid foundations, and sometimes if you've been out, let's say at work all day, you're out for 12 hours, maybe you want to touch it up a little bit. It's a lot of faffing around to get the bottle out, to get your brushes out, to get then a powder on top and blah 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 blah. Something like this is so much easier to carry around with you. You can make your touch-ups. It comes obviously with a little mirror inside it. So in that respect, big thumbs up. I think something like this would probably benefit people more in the summer as well. You know, because in the summer you don't really like to cover your face in so much more makeup as you would maybe in the winter, when you need more coverage because you've become a lot more pasty. You're not relying so much on a little bit of a tan that you may have got just from wandering around outside. I mean, I don't go out and tan really. I mean, I live in London, for God's sake. There's hardly that much sun here most of the time, but I do have the tendency, if I am in the sun for even 10-15 minutes, I will go a little bit darker. I tan very, very quickly. But then in that sense, that's when my MAC Satin Finish Mineralize foundation will come out, because I don't need that much coverage. So something like this will probably be a lot more beneficial to people in the summer. So I suppose they brought it out at just the right time as well. I mean it was snowing here today and it is pretty much winter, to be honest, but I mean it gives you a good head start to know what you may want to purchase a few months down the line. I think it is 10 grams, so it's pretty decent size. It is a pretty decently sized compact, again, as I've mentioned. I haven't actually worn it for 12 hours in a day yet, because I got it on Friday, it's Monday, and I've got up until Wednesday off work, so I will probably update my page on Wednesday, just if I can, just to let you guys know how it does fare out by wearing it all day. But I am fairly optimistic that this will last quite long throughout the day. Other than that, there's not really much else I can say about it. It's got SPF 15 in it, which is always great. I like the coverage that it gives. I like to medium coverage. It covers my skin consistently as well. It doesn't leave blotches in any places. I mean, you can see me. I'm wearing it now. Can't really see that many blemishes. Maybe a little bit where I forgot to put concealer. But other than that, 2 thumbs up, I would say, for this foundation. Highly recommended. I think everybody should go out and get it if medium coverage foundation is what you are obviously looking for. If you're not, then please don't buy it. Other than that, I don't really think there's much else I can say. It's comparable in coverage to the Satin Finish foundation, but in terms of texture of the skin, it's comparable to Studio Sculpt in that I find it quite mattifying. Obviously it gives you a chance to put on any products on top if you want to go for that glowy look, that shimmery look. So you can also, if you want to maybe water it down a little bit, spray your face with some Fix Plus. Comes with a little sponge, which I think the sponge is actually pretty good. If not, the 130 brush, I've heard really good reviews about it. Apparently it's a lot more stiffer than a brush like this 187 brush. I mean, with all my foundations I use my 190 brush, but to be honest I'll probably use a 130 just because this is a cream compact and a little bit more thick. So other than that, I hope you found this very short review useful and helpful, and I hope it encourages you all to go out and buy it. One thing I do have to add is this costs £23. Now I know my Studio Fix I think costs 19. I think my Studio Sculpt costs 22. Correct me if I'm wrong, I may be wrong. So it is a little bit pricey, and I think that may just be because you're paying for the packaging as well as the sponge. But don't quote me on that. But it is a little bit more pricier than the other MAC foundations. Don't know why yet. Anyway, I'm rambling. So I hope you found this review useful. Take care guys, see you soon, bye.